Oh, gosh, I sent that to myself. Darn it.
Welcome
What's
in,
my wife's
ladies.
name?
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk or Go Home. Nick, Clint, David, we're back again. Shout out to you. Thank you for listening and subscribing. Don't forget to rate, review, and share the podcast. Send out text messages with the links to this episode or any other episode to your friends. Let them know you need to listen to us.
I was trying to send
What's
a
your
text.
wife's name?
Well, I was trying to send a text to my wife. Told her I was going to be home later than usual because we're doing a lot of recording today, and I sent the text to myself.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it is.
You can do that. That's how I remind myself to do stuff.
You don't set a reminder?
No, I don't know how to do that. I know how to set my alarm
Just
clock
say,
to
hey,
get up.
Siri, set a reminder.
I can tell it's to send my wife a text. I know how to tell Siri to send my wife a text. Y'all go ahead. I got to send her to her. I'm gonna be
All right, like I said, don't forget to subscribe to Lens Plus. You will get episodes a week early, as well as you'll be able to listen to our bonus episodes, our triple threat episodes, where we let our hair down. We just let our hair down a little bit with your catfish bait story. So make sure to subscribe, guys. We do appreciate it. Rate, review on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Shout out to our interns.
Hey, if y'all don't care, I'm gonna blame y'all for this whole thing.
That's okay. That's fine.
Me specifically, because she loves me, as far as I know.
All right.
So, hey, real quick, while David's doing that, I have a really quick story about maybe or maybe not one of the students that currently goes here.
Susie's daughter?
Yeah, Susie's daughter. So the other day, we where were we at? Wrestling?
West End?
No, before that. Where we ended up at Coby. What did we do right before that? Coro, that's right. Coronation. So we're at Coronation. Coronation ends, and we're all going to go get something to eat. Nobody can come up with anything. Everybody's going to different places. One set of students ended up in like 3 towns over. How in the world? With my kid, how in the world that
apparently
happens?
It was your kid's fault.
Yeah, well, that does not surprise me.
He was the one in charge of the navigation.
Well, it should have been the guy driving, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So we end up at a Japanese steakhouse. When we get there, there's probably at least 8 of us, maybe even 10 of us.
Yeah.
When we get there, and there's another group of students there, and they're all juniors currently, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a set of juniors there. So the Sousa's daughter is there, and she's drinking water. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Drinking water. Well, next thing I know, she's
I've done that before.
She's like squeezing lemons in her water.
But be specific.
What do you mean?
How many lemons?
Oh, there's like half a dozen lemons in this water, and I just look over at her and say, you could have drank lemonade. I mean, that's basically what you're trying to do. I mean, you can get the free lemons and the free sugar, but not saying she put sugar in it, but still. So anyway, this goes on, and I'm kind of chipping back and forth with her. Well, later her food comes out, and it's the Asian food, and they get the yum yum sauce. Well, they give her 2 cups of yum yum sauce, and immediately it's bam, bam, 2 yum yums all of a sudden. And the guy's like, "You want some more?" She's like, "Yeah, I want some more." She takes it, bam, bam, and gets done eating, gets some yum yum sauce to go. So all week long I've been calling her Yum Yum Lemon.
Now, I saw that on Facebook. That was on Facebook.
Yeah, he made the comment.
Lemons
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad. I didn't really
lemon.
understand the whole thing, but now I understand it a lot.
Yeah,
better.
she put like half a dozen lemons in it. I'm like, man.
I would do that. I'd put that many in there.
But here's the thing. Like I told her, so are you trying to combat scurvy? And she's like, what's scurvy?
What is that?
Yeah.
Scurvy.
You have a vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, that was a big deal during the Civil War. Scurvy. That's why Orange Beach down in Alabama. That's why it's named Orange Beach.
So anyway, if you guys can figure out who we're talking about, and many of you can. Her nickname now is Yum Yum Lemon.
Yum Yum Lemon.
Yum Yum Lemon.
Well, I'll be sure to do that.
And she really does not. Please do it. I want to know what she
Yum,
says.
yum, okay. Hey, y'all help me out on this message to my wife.
Okay.
All right, we are doing 2 episodes. Be home later than planned. I will feed the dogs, take the trash out, feed the children when I get home. What else should I say?
And take you on a nice European vacation.
Okay. Anything else?
We'll circle Buckingham Palace.
And take you
once or twice.
And then finish it up with "I love you."
That's always pretty good.
I love you. You're the greatest. Or what?
I love seeing your face.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'll send it just a minute. See what I'll tell you what she back.
What her response is. Keep us updated. Right. So does anybody here know what an oblate spheroid is?
Sphere says roundy thingy, 3D shape. Is it a black hole?
No.
Your hole?
No.
Mama's got a hole.
Everybody's got a hole.
Everybody's got a hole.
Oblate spheroid. So an oblate spheroid.
I can tell you what one is.
What is an oblate spheroid? Give us an example.
Hold on, he's
got
to send his message first.
Spheroid. Yeah, he's finished. He's
oblate. because I told you this.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly. I was setting him up.
now, oblate means slightly slushed.
Yes.
So the Earth is not a sphere; it's an oblate spheroid because it's slightly slushed in the middle. It bulges out in the middle.
It's not a
Okay.
perfect
Sphere.
because it would be if it wasn't rotating.
Right.
But it's rotating 1,000 miles an hour at the
inertia.
equator, so that's why it bulges out in
Yeah.
the middle. So that's what makes it an oblate spheroid.
I am an oblate spheroid.
Yes.
I am too.
Yes. So the Earth is an oblate spheroid. What he walked up to me the other day and he was like, "What was your?" He
Oblate
posed
spheroid.
a question.
You know what that is?
He said, why is the Earth an oblate spheroid or something like that? What question did you pose?
No, I was driving the bus that morning, and I leave before the sun comes up. It's dark when I leave out on my bus route.
6:30.
And the other morning, I mean, I see the sunrise every day.
Yeah.
And I can see the moon still really good, but the other morning last week, it was
Bright.
Yeah, it was full moon, and the place I was at, I mean, it was huge, and it's like the closest I've ever seen it. So it just got me wondering, how close we were at this time, with the rotation and the revolution and all that. Is this as close as we're going to get this year? I didn't know, but it was full moon. I just started having all those questions about it. I don't even know if the moon, is it a sphere? I don't know. I was just wondering when I saw it. Is it a sphere?
It's spherical shape.
Yeah,
I don't know if
the moon's it's not a perfect sphere, but it's a sphere.
So it's a sphere.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
flat like the Earth, but
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. I wasn't sure. Is it a sphere or is it flat? or what?
it's
Everything's a sphere.
Okay.
Well, every planetary body
Okay.
in outer space, I'm sure, is a sphere.
But,
I'm sure
but
there's probably one
are
or
there
two
some
exceptions,
other ones that are oblate spheroids, or are they spheres?
I'm sure everything's an oblate spheroid because everything's got a rotation.
well,
to
if
it.
Okay,
it's,
but
if it's
does-
got a rotation, there's some things that probably don't have quite
But
as much of a rotation.
That's what I was wondering because I don't know. I know about the Earth, like the rotation, 24 hours, go around one time
on our
but-
axis.
Yeah, on
at
our axis.
23.5 degrees.
Yeah, but like the other planets, I mean, they're rotating, but are they going the same speed as we are
No,
rotation-wise?
no,
and they're not going the same
varies.
direction.
So in the revolutions, they could be going the other way? Huh?
Yeah.
So
So you don't have to like let's say
Clockwise,
we rotate,
counterclockwise. You mean?
Yeah, we don't have to rotate.
Oh, you're talking about rotation now.
yeah, the rotational direction.
So they could be going another direction.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what happens with the toilets in the southern hemisphere.
Okay.
Have
So-
you ever seen one flush on the equator?
No.
Yeah. Look that video up.
So the rotation
Does it
speeds
go
are
both
different.
ways? Like north of the
It's not
equator, south?
bisexual. It just goes down. Water just goes down. It doesn't. It just. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't spin.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think I saw a video, and I can't remember if it was in South America or Central America or if this was in Africa where the video was shot. But it was this toilet out by this road, and I think it was like 3 toilets. And there was one toilet on the southern hemisphere side, one toilet on the northern hemisphere side, and there was one toilet on what they said was the equator. And you could tell the difference between the 2 toilets in either hemisphere, but then there was one that they said was on the line, and it just flushed straight down.
This reminds me of
It might have been visual effects, whatever, but
this reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons where Bart versus Australia, and they go to Australia because Bart's made somebody mad down there.
yeah.
So Homer's at the embassy, and he flushes because the whole premise of the show is, hey, go check your toilet right quick. Does it turn clockwise or counterclockwise? He goes, oh, great, it goes counterclockwise, mate. It's like, well, what about your neighbor? So he rides like 20 miles down the road and comes back, and it's a long distance charge. Anyway, the Simpsons go to Australia.
Tuck that cord.
Oh
back
my
on.
gosh,
Yeah.
we're trying. My goodness. Anyway, the Simpsons go to the embassy, and they flush the commode, and it starts going counterclockwise, and all of a sudden this like gas powered machine cuts on, and it starts making it go back the other way. And Homer's like, God bless America.
That's good right there.
It's a long story.
Hey, I think I'm fixing to have one of those toilets put in at my house that flushes different. It may just flush. It may not go around. I don't know.
It's
It may
not-
just-
it's
That's
just-
called a
it's just-
bidet.
It's just
You're
gonna
getting a
suck.
bidet.
It's not gonna circle.
I don't know. I didn't
You don't
buy
want
it.
one that
Somebody
circles.
give it
You
to me
want
for
just one that
Christmas.
sucks.
It may do it. I don't. The whole mechanism in the back
know.
is different.
I
than
like the motion.
It may
You like
just.
the circle. You don't
Yeah.
like the suck down.
Yeah, because you just.
So you like to watch it and try to figure out, is this gonna go down or not, or am I going to have to cut the water off? Is that what you're thinking? Is that why you watch it?
I like, so one of my favorite ice creams is the one that's got the chocolate swirls in it. So, if it's a big load, goes around, you got swirls. It's pretty neat.
A swirling swirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it leaves it in the ring. My favorite part is to let it sit there and see how long it takes for it to come clean.
The bowl?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're a streaker.
Oh, yeah.
You're a streaker?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, in
Through
every
the
aspect of that word.
Throw the quad into the gymnasium.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. If
He doesn't know how to react.
He doesn't.
if we go to the Alabama-Georgia line and you flush one on one side of the line and one on the other,
Yeah.
what's the difference going to be?
The one on the Georgia side barks.
'Cause I was explaining to people the other day when Russia invaded Georgia, a lot of people around here thought that they were.
Yeah, they freaked out because
thought it was
Atlanta's going to be
Yeah.
taken.
Atlanta's going to burn Atlanta again.
Golly.
Dadgummit. Sherman.
Oh, man. Okay, so oblate spheroid. I think every planet in the solar system is an oblate spheroid. But, you and I talked about this.
Gravity, too. Is there the same amount of,
Well, I mean,
Depends on how far away and how close you are to the sun. I do know that.
well,
and
no,
how
gravity
big.
on a planet, gravity is determined by the mass of that planet.
so there's going to be more. Is Jupiter's bigger than,
Well, that's the thing
and
is
Saturn's bigger than Earth,
I
right?
cannot find out an answer as to whether there is a solid part of Jupiter. Is it all gas?
It's all gas. It's a gas giant.
If I go through, like, if I enter Jupiter's atmosphere, or what little there is, and I go all the way to the geometric center of that planet, I will never touch hard ground that I can walk around on.
My understanding.
See, that blows my mind. So that means that it's just literally layers and layers of various gases from the center of the planet to the outer part.
So you just
Just
go all the
like
way
my
through
living
then.
room.
Yeah, so you could. So if what you're telling me is true, which it's hard for me to believe that it is, you could fly through Jupiter.
My understanding it is.
See, that blows my mind.
And Saturn and Neptune.
Saturn and
What about
Neptune.
Uranus?
Boy, I tell you.
Be careful now.
I mean, can you fly through Uranus?
I was saying my wife. Yep, she replied.
What'd she say? Can you? Say
I'll be
it on
glad
there?
when we change the name of that planet
She
to
said,
get rid of this stupid joke.
Or
We're gonna-
Uranus, whatever.
Okay, I will hold you to that. So we shouldn't have really put the European part in there.
Oh, did you actually put that in there?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Hey, just
Have
show
fun.
her the movie European Vacation. It still counts.
Look, there's Buckingham Palace, kids.
European. Okay. All right.
So I mean,
I'm hoping they change the name from Uranus to Eurectum.
that was such a dad joke. But
That's a Futurama joke, but still.
yeah, like it blows my mind that there's no solid ground because obviously there's gravity involved, right? Because what else would be holding all those gases together? So it's the mass of the gases together, but the gases are moving. I don't know. It's beyond my ability to scientifically comprehend what the heck's going on.
So
Jupiter.
closer to the sun, there's supposed to be more gravity?
Well, I mean,
So Mercury and-
for the solar system, but not per planet.
Oh, not per planet.
The per
Okay.
planet gravity is based on that planet's mass.
All right, and then that rotation, I wondered about that. And then revolutions.
Okay. Does Jupiter have a core?
They said it's a swirling ball of liquid and gas. That is not solid. Now your question.
Okay,
can
so
we go
it's
straight
there,
through?
but there is liquid though.
That's what it said.
So it says
I guess
that
it's a liquid center, kinda
What
like-
we see are clouds. Below the clouds is a gaseous hydrogen mixture. Below the gaseous hydrogen mixture is liquid hydrogen. Below liquid hydrogen is a massive layer of metallic hydrogen,
Mercury
and then
ish.
the core. But it doesn't necessarily say what the core is composed of. It just says core.
Well, until we go Armageddon on Jupiter and try to get all the way to the core and blow it up, we can't tell.
Because nothing can be directly observed below the thin outer layer, indirect conclusions are drawn from the evidence in order to determine the composition of the interior of Jupiter. the theoretical descriptions and models for the internal distribution of material have been used, but such models have yet to be fully tested by their agreement with scientific observations.
Well,
So,
and it's
what
hard to
that's-
observe it because
What that says is we don't know.
yeah,
Is honestly. So we don't know if there's any solid part of Jupiter, as in what I mean by solid, as in the tradition, like solid as this table. There may be some liquid and some gas, but we don't know if there's any solid components.
So
to it.
speaking of which, did y'all see where they put that rover on Mars like not too long ago, and like they had a microphone attached?
Yeah.
And what it sounded like?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
It's insane.
It's really like it sounds like a lot of wind. Like
Yeah.
like there's nothing around. It sounds like a lot of wind, but it's really weird sounding too. At the
Now
same time.
we're trying to get there, right? To Mars. We're
That's
trying
supposed to be
get
the next one, but I saw a bunch of people griping that we haven't been to the moon since the '60s, and of course everybody.
But we've
wonders
got
if
NASA's got the
been there.
Artemis mission, which is supposed to go to the moon. Which so apparently, from what I understand about it, NASA's going to go to the moon, set up a relay base on the moon, and then we're going to basically use that base
To go to
as a
Mars.
jumping off point to go to Mars eventually. And I think Elon Musk is doing something, or SpaceX is doing something similar, but also the Chinese National Space Agency. I know their goal is to go to the moon and then go to Mars too. So now we're sort of in a race with China to see
Who gets there
who
first?
gets one back to the moon. Well, that would be the first time they ever got to the moon. But
Yeah.
if we're going to get to the moon before they do, and then if we're going to get to Mars before they do.
We've already been to the moon, so we've already beat them. Yay, America.
Yeah, but can we get back? Because, I mean, when was the last time
Why
we
the
went to
heck
moon?
can't we? We got stuff that's way better than it was in the '60s.
Here's the thing: if we've got quantum supercomputers at our disposal, and some of the best supercomputers on the planet,
Supercomputer.
how can we not get back to the moon? It's just a matter of resource allocation, whether we actually want to or not, right? Because they had slide rulers back then, and they got to the moon. Like, are you kidding me? Come on.
What's the purpose of going now, though?
To get to Mars, to set up a forward operating base to use to get to Mars.
But
Look up when we're supposed to get back to the moon. The Artemis mission.
This is a little off subject, but it says you can't fly through Jupiter because it's the gas is swirling.
Yeah.
So the gas is so violent you couldn't fly through
Well, I
Jupiter.
mean, that's that big red spot.
Yeah, the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's y'all's favorite planet? Not to go carry on.
Pluto.
Not including Earth,
not a planet
obviously,
anymore.
right?
It is to me. It wasn't in my lifetime.
Not including Earth, right?
I guess.
Well, obviously it's Earth,
Okay.
but not including Earth, Mars.
Jupiter was
Yeah.
always mine. I don't know why.
It says no earlier than 2024.
2 years, a year from now? Are you
No
serious?
earlier than. No earlier than.
So, are you talking about the Artemis mission?
I'm just wondering, like, are they gonna have a bunch of Lowe's trucks on a dang spaceship, and they're gonna build a platform on
Out of 2x4s?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, how they gonna do it?
The second Artemis mission should fly around the moon no earlier than 2024.
Fly around the moon or land on the moon?
I guess land on the moon.
Flying around it and landing on it are two very different things.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy. Y'all know the moon that we see is just the only side we ever seen.
Yeah, that's always baffled me too, because the rotation of the moon perfectly matches the rotation of the Earth.
So we only see that front lights. We've never seen the dark side of the moon.
we've never the backside,
Right.
whatever you want to call it. We've
Right.
never seen the backside of the moon.
Did you know that?
Yeah, do you
No,
know that?
I didn't know that. I mean, so we've never not with any kind of.
I think they've flown around.
Around,
It.
so
Yeah.
so
Because-
we
yeah,
we
because
could
in-
see the backside of the moon then. with the,
But we on Earth cannot see the backside of the moon.
oh, we can't. But we've had.
Yeah, because they've
been-
slung shot around the moon.
Yeah,
to get
got a
back
shot
to
of
Earth.
yeah.
yeah.
What was the guy's name? The astronaut
Hanks.
that stayed on the
Tom Hanks.
spacecraft, not Buzz and not
Tom Hanks.
Armstrong, but the
Tom
other
Hanks.
guy. John Collins.
Tom Hanks.
That sounds
think he
like
saw
an
it.
astronaut.
Yeah,
But
there's
what is it? Does it not look like the front side? Is it different?
Well, I'm sure the craters are different.
But it's basically the
dark.
same, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would assume. But just think about it. It's in the sky every single day, night, whatever, and you've never seen the other side of it. You've only seen one side.
But like, it's crazy to me that it lights. So like, if you were on the surface of the moon, it's not lit up. It's
No, it
not
just looks like us,
right.
or what you would see when it's daylight outside.
Right. But like, you look at Mars, with a blind eye, it's a star.
Yeah.
It looks like, I mean, like,
That should just tell
crazy
you
to me.
how void of anything the rest of space is.
Yeah.
Well, that we know of.
Have you ever heard of dark energy or dark matter?
Yeah.
They don't know what it is, but it constitutes like 60% of space, and they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It blows your mind how much we know. Like we can tell, like you said, they discovered a new Earth.
Yeah.
Or a new planet that is very similar
just
to
like
Earth.
Earth. Yeah, new planet,
And
just
it's-
like
and it's
Earth,
probably
about the same
what, like-
size and everything.
It's probably a couple dozen light years away, or more, maybe a couple hundred light years away, and yet we don't even know. Like,
We don't
actually,
know we don't know everything about Earth. Like we know from sea level, well, so many feet below sea level up to the
Yeah.
atmosphere. We know
Yeah.
almost everything there is to know. But whatever that cutoff is down, like we only know, if you can include that, we only know like 68% of the Earth.
Well, yeah, we technically don't really truly know what's at the core. We have some pretty well thought out
Right.
and supported theories.
But like
Nobody's ever been to the core of the Earth.
no, but you think about the trenches and stuff that are at the bottom of the ocean and what's down there and things that we don't even know.
I mean, just think about all of the ancient civilizations and dinosaurs that are in the core right now that we don't know exist.
Oh, absolutely. Going back to the video game, I know you saw me play it the other day. Assassin's Creed Origins talking
yeah.
about ancient Egypt, and it's coming off things of historical data and stuff. Half of that crap in that game ain't even there anymore.
Yeah.
They're just basing that off of historical text and whatnot.
I read an article the other day that was talking about what if, like, those cave paintings in Europe where they draw like the buffalo and the horses and whatnot. So this amateur paleontologist, archaeologist, anthropologist dude.
I said,
I can't remember which amateur one he is.
Buffalo
He
is.
might have been a pathologist. I don't even know, but he starts looking at all these cave drawings, and what you see on all these cave drawings is they all have a series of dots and lines underneath the actual drawing of the animal. And so a lot of archaeologists had theories about what they were. Like, okay, it's just a basic count of the animal, or it has something to do with the animal itself, but it's not like a language. Well, this guy's looking at these pictures, and I can't remember what he did like as an actual career, but this wasn't his job, and he had no actual training in it.
I've seen this movie. It's called Good Will Hunting.
He actually discovered that all across these various cave drawings, he looked at like 600 cave drawings or something like that, and he discovered that those dots and lines were actually what you could technically define as a language, because they conveyed the age and the reproductive cycle of the animal pictured. So now the archaeological community is debating what technically the first language was. Was it this, which was what they say is, 40, 50,000 years earlier than the other earliest known language, which would be hieroglyphs, or, the earlier form of hieroglyphics, cuneiform, or whatever you want to call it. And so now the language community and archaeological community is in an uproar because of this study that was put out, because this guy teamed up with these professors at this university that compiled all this research, and they basically are now arguing that this is the earliest known human language because it conveys multiple meanings in different ways for the animals pictured. So it kind of blows up the water that ancient humans had no form of written communication.
Right.
Which is insane to think about.
Back to the planets.
Yep. So, aliens.
Black holes.
Aliens?
Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
Have we ever seen anything down there?
Yeah.
Like a submarine?
James Cameron. Hadn't he been down there?
No.
No humans been. I don't think no. But have we been able to send?
James Cameron went somewhere.
Send something all the way to down to the
I don't think
bottom.
we've gotten all the way to the bottom. I think we have estimated, like I think sonar, we have been able to tell what the depth is, but it's like 3 miles deep. I mean, the pressure.
That's 7 miles.
7 miles. Okay. Well,
7
I mean,
miles.
the pressure that low,
6 miles to Mount Everest, right? 7 miles to the
Yeah.
Marianas Trench.
All right.
13 miles.
I saw something from what's the Tyson Chicken guy's name? Neil
Neil
Tyson
deGrasse
Chicken.
Tyson?
Yeah, that guy. He said that if you looked at from the highest point to the lowest point of the Earth, and you compared it to a cue ball, so that Earth would be smoother than a cue ball. with the differences in?
The Deep Sea Challenger, or DCV-1, is a deep-diving submersible designed to reach the bottom of the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth in the Marianas Trench. On the 26th of March 2012, Canadian film director James Cameron piloted the craft to accomplish this goal in the second crewed dive reaching the Challenger Deep, built in Sydney, Australia by the research and design company Acheron Project Party Limited. Deep Sea Challenger included scientific sampling equipment and high-definition 3D cameras, and it reached the ocean's deepest point after 2 hours and 36 minutes of descent from the surface.
So he was in it.
He was in it. He reached the bottom.
Okay.
Well, what did he see? What was down there?
Water
Okay.
and fish.
Well, they're not like our fish though. Like,
No, they're like
they're like terrible creatures from Nightmare Fish.
Let's see.
What's that little fish with a little dangly light thing?
Yeah.
See some crazy stuff, crazy
yeah.
fish.
Yeah, because they don't like. There's not enough light for, like bacteria, algae and stuff to grow.
Measured by Cameron at the moment of touchdown, the depth was 10,898 meters, or 35,756 feet. It was the fourth ever dive to the Challenger Deep, and the second crewed dive with a maximum depth recorded slightly less than that of Trieste's 1960 dive. It was the first solo dive and the first to spend a significant amount of time, 3 hours, exploring the bottom.
They went down in 1960 and didn't go back down until 2012.
Wasn't that, what was that guy's name, Jacques Cousteau? No.
No.
Who's Jacques Cousteau? Who is that? It's a French dude.
He's a French explorer.
Yeah.
That was a maritime guy. I mean, he's modern era, wasn't he?
That's what
Cousteau?
wasn't it him that went to the
Yeah,
bottom?
it sounds right to me.
I thought Jacques Cousteau was the one that went. That had something to do with Everest.
That was Edwin Hillary, something like that.
I don't know as much as I
Jacques
think I do.
Picard. It was on 23rd January 1960. Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh achieved the goal of Project Nekton of reaching the bottom of the Marianas Trench at the Challenger Deep.
Hey, planets.
insane.
Planets.
I think Mars has way more secrets than we know.
You think so?
It's Umbop. Umbop he just walked in.
He did.
Hey, Hansen.
He looks like Fred Durst today for some
Yeah,
reason.
he does. Hey, look, your pillow's
Hello.
over there. Okay, good.
I saw that.
Rotation. There's
Aliens. We got to bring up aliens.
Well, define alien. The only other thing I was wondering about was revolutions. Like it takes the Earth 365 and a fourth
Yes.
to go around
Further
the sun.
out you get, the longer it takes to go around.
Well, it depends on the speed, though.
No.
It don't?
Well, it does depend on the speed, but everything is. What's that word?
Yeah.
Gravity?
No, not gravity.
You're talking about the starts with a C.
No,
No, it starts with a C. Oh, words. It's not circumvent, not circumnavigate, not
circumcision.
I think that's it. Circumcision. That's the word. Isn't it? That's it.
I can't believe you said it.
Well, it turns out
Centrifugal force.
That's it.
The centrifugal force. Yeah.
So the circumcision.
Turns out
of the
that's why Pluto's not a planet anymore.
It got circumcised.
Yeah,
huh?
it got circumcised.
All right.
No, but seriously, that's why astronomers argue it's not a planet, because without Neptune, it would have been launched out of our solar system. That
They
its
said it was
orbit,
a moon of Neptune.
Yeah,
is
well,
what
they
think.
say that Neptune it gets near Neptune, and Neptune's gravity pulls it in, but then it launches back out, and then if it weren't
When it's
coming back
close.
near to Neptune, it would slowly get thrown out of our solar system. That's why it's not a planet, because it's not the sun keeping it in, it's Neptune keeping it in. Or that's the argument that I've been told.
And is there? Did you say Martians? Is that what you said?
Aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
Mars has more to tell us than we know, and I'm so excited to see what we learn from Mars about our solar system and about the possibility of
Aliens.
of extraterrestrial life.
Life. So life. You're talking about life on other planets.
Yeah, I mean, if there's another Earth, there's got to be other life.
So the closer you get to the sun, the closer it is around, obviously. So Mercury, a year on Mercury is 88 days.
Earth time.
Earth time. So in 88 days, Mercury's going all the way around the sun.
Yeah.
All right, Venus is 225, Earth is 365, so fairly similar, although Venus is way hotter. All right, Mars is 687, so almost double.
What ours is.
Right. Jupiter is 4,333 days.
And you got to go through the asteroid belt.
Yes. So you're looking at what, 10 years? No.
4,000 divided by 365.
What's 3 years, 1,000, so 369.
So how many? What
12
planet
years.
you're talking about now that takes so many years?
Jupiter.
So it takes years.
4,333 days.
Yeah, 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
Golly.
Saturn is
Man.
10,759 days. Uranus is 30,000 days. Neptune is 60,000 days.
Wow.
That's insane.
So
60,000 days, so
60,190 divided by 365.
60,190 divided by 365. So it takes almost 165 years.
So there are people on this planet that have never seen Neptune go all around the sun.
Neptune will not rotate.
Not since the
once
days of
around the sun.
Methuselah.
Revolve around. Yeah, will not have completed a single revolution before they die. So I've been alive 27 years. So 27 divided by 165. I've seen Neptune complete.
And it's probably. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, there couldn't be any life there because they're too far away from the sun, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be really cold.
Our what we define as life,
Yeah.
which that's a whole nother argument when you start going that way. But so a day,
16%.
a rotation of the planet. Earth is 24 hours. Mars is 25 hours. So Mars is in the same.
So it's fairly similar.
Fairly similar. The gas giants rotate really fast. Jupiter takes just 10 hours to complete one rotation.
Wow,
so
so
it's spinning faster.
Spinning fast.
Saturn takes 11 hours. Uranus takes 17, and Neptune takes 16.
Have y'all
So something about the gas giants are spinning way faster.
seen that disc that what was that guy's name that wrote that book? Carl Sagan wrote Contact.
Yeah.
You know, NASA created this gold disc with like everything that NASA thought aliens would need to know about human, and they put it on that
Put it on the
probe or rover or whatever, and sent it out, and like it's got all of
It's got our location.
Yeah, and the basics of our culture and humanity
civilization,
and civilization, and that fascinated me. Carl Sagan he led the team that created the disc. That's insane. Like, think about,
Hey
in
guys,
a billion
here's
years
the
coming across that in
Here's
space.
the blueprint where we want. If you come research us, and I mean that's what aliens are.
Well, let's assume that no sentient being discovers that disc for a billion years. Okay, somewhere off in the distant space. What is humanity going to look like in a billion years if we're even alive?
Well, here's the
as a
thing.
species,
There's a
as a
very
civilization.
neat YouTube video out there that talks about the years are every day. Is it every day or every year? I can't remember. Anyway, every whatever the length of time is there's a multiple of 2 every time. So like after like 10 years, it starts speeding up. Anyway, this whole entire thing talks about this place being like nothing.
Are you talking about a Kuzgasat?
I don't know.
That it's a yeah. I think I know. I
That
think
thing
that's
would
what it
bother
is.
me. So
Kuzgasat.
but yeah, it's like several 100 billion years from now, it's going to be a black hole.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, the sun's gonna die.
exactly. Eventually,
Yeah, and we don't know exactly how it's gonna die, but it's either gonna turn into like a. It's gonna blow up, right?
it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Because there's a Saturday Night Live skit with Harry Carey.
Yeah.
My favorite planet's the sun.
Just stare at it, isn't it?
Well, it's part of that. It's not a planet. It's a star. It's like, yeah, when that thing goes out, we're all going to be in for it.
He's talking to. He's interviewing Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Yeah, that's a good.
How that's interesting. My favorite planet's the sun.
What is he talking about? The moon looks like cheese or something?
That's a
like?
different one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Harry
If the
Carey.
moon was made of barbecue spare ribs, would you eat it? Heck, I would.
So
I've seen that.
Yeah, that
That
skit.
skit.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
there's
Yeah.
been a couple of them.
yeah, they're good.
Hey!
Will Ferrell, man, Harry Carey. Gosh,
You said that guy wrote that stuff for other life out
Carl
there.
Sagan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it written down?
So it's
based like on a record.
It's yeah, it looks like a record,
Looks
but
like
it's
a record.
it's pictures.
Is it all pictures? Or is it something written? Is it audio?
I think there are
Is there any
different.
audio?
There's audio on it. There's different samplings of
Yeah.
different languages. There's instructions on how to read and write our languages.
But if there is life out there and they get that, I mean, that's crazy to do that because you're thinking they're going to be just like you, and they're going to understand.
Well, that's why
There's so many.
That's why they had to create it, because they don't know. Like it could come in contact with a being that interprets things with no eyes, no ears, no. Like
I've seen
like
Independence Day.
telepathic or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, there could be other life out there. Could be other galaxies and stuff. We don't know.
A couple of years ago, there was a satellite that was launched from Earth that has made it on the other side of Pluto, and like we've got the first images of Pluto ever.
Yeah.
And just the way that they constructed it is only supposed to be good for X amount of years, and it's way past. And they're still getting signals from it, very faintly, but they're still getting signals.
And that's kind of insane to think that something made by human hands is now that deep into space.
And them other folks out there, they might have got hold of it and fixed it.
Fix her up. The Voyager Golden Records are 2 phonograph records that were included aboard both Voyager spacecraft launched in 1977, and the records contain sounds and images selected to portray the diversity of life and the culture of humanity on Earth, and are intended for any intelligent extraterrestrial life form who may find them.
Did we send a record player?
Exactly, that's what I
because we've already went from records to 8 tracks to CDs to iTunes now.
That's what it looks like. So one side looks like a record, the other side is just a disc with pictures, and it's got
like one of those Mickey Mouse viewers.
They might have the unit circle on it, and it might have
That's what I'm saying. Like, what happens if he can't do
in a
it?
billion years, what's the technology going to be? I mean, they may not even have no technology. They may not have even invented fire yet.
Okay, so
Well, it's like those time capsules people put down.
in the upper left-hand corner of the record cover is a drawing of the phonograph record and the stylus that's carried with the phonograph, so it has one with it. The stylus is in the correct position to play the record from the beginning. Written around it in binary notation is the correct time of one rotation of the record, 3.6 seconds, expressed in time units of 0.7 billionths of a second, the time period associated with the fundamental transition of the hydrogen atom. So literally it's associated with atomic.
Yeah.
The rules of the universe are the units with which they're basing
the rules
everything
of Earth. The rules of Earth.
Well, the universe.
No.
I mean, the fundamental transition of the hydrogen atom is the same at the end of the universe as it is on Earth.
But not in a different universe.
If this disk makes it to another universe, then a wormhole is opened up somewhere.
Could happen.
I'm not saying it can't, but I mean, obviously, how can you predict to write something for another universe? So you got to write for this one.
Look, vibranium is, an Earth thing, but it's supposed to be indestructible. But Thanos' sword really went right through it.
If you want to write something for another universe, you're going to have to at least consult Kang.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get him on board. NASA's got to contact him to get him on board.
Completely lost.
Yeah, y'all lost me.
Yeah. We're being facetious.
Yeah, we are.
Sarcastic.
I'm sorry.
Um,
Aliens. You believe in aliens, David?
There could be other life out there.
It takes about 54 minutes to play one side of the record.
Jeez. Do you, which is, look. Well,
if they're in this universe, their concept of time is probably going to be the same. But if it's another universe, their concept of time, yeah.
Look, if Freebird's not on there, we've messed up.
Yeah. Depictions in culture. Let's see what it says.
UFOs. You think the UFO stories are true? Like flying saucers and things like that.
There's other. I don't know. From what I've seen on TV and the evidence that the pilots and stuff have got, there's some stuff out there. Yeah, I guess so.
What about like?
Now UFOs and what you're talking about, UFOs and aliens and all. I mean, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
There's some strange stuff they got film of.
Oh, there's a recording on it. Hold on, y'all want to hear the recording?
Oh,
that's the
creepy.
recording. Hello from the hold on.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
That's on it.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like from the Lego movie where the Duplos come in at the very, very end. It's like, we are Duplo. We are here to destroy you.
So apparently that was Carl Sagan's 6-year-old son, Nick Sagan.
Is he a football coach at Alabama now?
No. The musical selection is varied, featuring works by Bach,
No.
Mozart, Beethoven,
No.
and Stravinsky. It also includes music by Guan Pinghu, Blind Willie Johnson, Chuck Berry, Kasarbe Karkar, Valia Bal.
Berry.
Hey, if there's nothing to that UFO stuff and all that, why is it such top secret stuff by the government?
There's Azerbaijani folk
There's
music.
nothing to it.
I don't know. I don't know if there's necessarily not something to it. I think that's where a lot of our technology has come from, like just backwards compatibility or the backwards, what's it called? Engineering. I think that's because, you go from the size of a microchip, the size of this table, to one that fits 1 million in this phone now. So I think that's where the secrets are held and some of that kind of stuff. But
It includes drawings of an anatomically correct naked male and naked female showing external organs as well.
why are we giving them the blueprint?
What would be
It is.
what would be incredibly ironic? Well, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But
Easy now.
so there's
Easy.
there's a paradox out there that the second that humanity discovers, and I forget the name of the paradox, but the second that humanity discovers sentient life, Hammy and I talked about this not too long ago. Extraterrestrial life is when we invite that extraterrestrial life to destroy us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's basically like, hey, we're in competition for resources in the universe. Now we either have to defeat and kill you, or you come and defeat and kill us for a
Right.
resource. So it's
Because, overpopulation of this one and
yeah. There's a whole
my recommendation coming up,
yeah. What?
my recommendation coming up
What's your
deals
recommendation?
with that.
Oh, does it? Oh gosh, the lights just went out.
In Georgia. Are they dead or what happened?
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Dude, okay, I want to spoil this, but in the movie Nope, with the alien, when the alien is near, the lights go out.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I wish everybody could have heard that since you're not.
I fixed it.
Yeah, y'all lost me. I just want to watch the Cowboys and Buccaneers tomorrow night.
Do you believe in
Don't think
aliens?
Well, I believe there could be life. Now, alien, I don't know. What's your definition of alien?
Definition
there
of
could-
alien?
yeah,
I mean,
And you know,
not from this planet.
I don't know.
obviously,
I don't know why the lights are blinking, y'all. Seriously, I'm not
They
doing
may
this.
be
I don't
here.
know.
yeah, I bet there could be life out there. There could be other galaxies and everything. We don't know what's out there.
Well, just like we talked about earlier, you got black holes and whatnot too. So
Yeah. Hey, just cut that light off. Can y'all see it on camera? Is it blinking on
Yeah,
camera?
it's blinking. Okay,
It-
we're gonna. This is scary.
Yeah. I don't know what that. Seriously, I don't know what that was.
Well, let's end it before I have a stroke. Heart
Yeah.
attack.
So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna get into now we're gonna do our recommendations.
My recommendation, mostly because it has to do with this topic-ish, is Interstellar,
Yeah.
the movie with Matthew McConaughey. Have you ever seen that before? It deals
Can you
with
spell it?
INTER.
INTER.
Mm-hmm. Stellar, STELLAR.
Okay.
It's got Matthew McConaughey. It's talking about, basically the premise of it is in a future Earth, not too distant future. There's a blight that is attacking all the food crops, and it's finally gotten to the last food crop of corn. It's caused a lot of, like dust bowl kind of situations and things like that. It's got some, what's the best way to describe the whole ending of that?
I should ask you how to spell McConaughey instead of Interstellar. Because I think I could have managed
No
Interstellar.
deodorant. That's what that's.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
It's a different. It ends up like in
It's-
a fourth dimension or fifth dimension.
Yeah. Time is the.
The constant. Time and love are the constant. So it gets
Yeah.
a little cheesy. I felt like at the end, but up till it gets to that point, it's really good. It's a really good movie.
I think it ended well though.
Yeah, but it talks about going through wormholes and slip space and things like that. It's a really cool concept.
So the visualization of that black hole and that event,
what NASA thinks it is.
Well, it actually pushed the envelope as to what they thought. Like that was the best visualization of what they got. I can't remember the name of the physicist. They got some physicist to come on board with a visual effects team to create what that was going to actually look like.
The way it bends, the way the light bends,
how the event horizon sort of in 3D space would look and bend, and how that light, and it pushed what we knew.
Further.
Yeah, a movie did that. But go ahead.
Look, and that's one of those that you're gonna have to watch probably twice to really.
No, dude, you're gonna have to watch I had to watch it 3 or 4 times.
I watched it 3 or 4 times, but
before I got it.
It's not gonna be like watch it once, but man, none of this made sense. So you're gonna have to watch it a couple.
So it's not gonna be like Bullet Train.
No.
But I think it's if you look in a black hole, which it's probably not possible, you can see like the beginning and the end of the universe.
That's what they think, yeah.
Like, that's what they think, but also there's like spaghettification or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you get spaghetti. Dog could go home, baby. Hey, this is scary. Y'all scared me.
I'm sorry. We didn't mean to scare you.
Well, we're on the same wavelength, and the lights are flickering. So
yeah, they may be out there when we leave. All right, you mentioned
they've come to small
Try to
town
turn that light
Alabama.
back on. Try to turn that light back on.
Hey, you mentioned Freebird.
Freebird.
I did, yeah.
The Freebird that's going to be in the thing that we send the aliens. It needs to be in there. It better be in there.
Yeah.
Well, it just reminded me of
all 14 minutes of it.
All right, Freebird. Well, it reminded me of that movie Elizabeth Town. I may have mentioned that before. That scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie of all time, where that cover band singing Freebird. And they just burned the place down. But tribute albums. My 3 favorite tribute albums. I want to recommend these.
Okay.
Leonard Skinner tribute album came out probably 93.
So are these people that are tributing Leonard
country
Skinner?
artists that do Skinner songs.
Okay.
That's a good one. And then a CD or album called Common Threads, the songs of the Eagles. So it was country artists doing Eagles. And then the Keith Whitley tribute album. Those are my 3 favorite ones.
You say it best.
Don't want to recommend those.
Say nothing at
The
all.
group Alabama's doing Sweet Home Alabama. I don't remember who did Freebird on that Skinner tribute album. This on there. Simple Man, all that stuff.
I've got 2 recommendations. I have started watching the last season of Ozark. And
have you seen Ozark, David?
I stopped watching it. Yeah, I was watching it, but I stopped watching it. I just didn't think that it's got too much bad language in there.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I need to be watching it. And my kids.
So I'll tell you what's kept me into it. It's Jason. I want to see what happens to Jason Bateman's character.
They all die.
The kids are annoying. The non-related supporting characters can get annoying. Laura Linney's character, Jason Bateman's character's wife, can get annoying. But I, for some reason, keep watching it because he's been constant throughout. Like he has grown as a character. Like the character's changed, but there's something about his character that makes me want to keep watching because I want to see what happens to him.
Yeah, it is interesting.
He's the one that I'm his character is the one I'm invested in.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was pretty interesting. It was good, but just I don't know. It just got too bad for me.
Yeah,
just the language just got to me.
It is interesting, and I'll say there's some of those evil people like that old lady that runs that farm.
Yeah, it just got I don't know. It just got.
And the FBI, but anyway,
it just got
so
bad.
I'm going to recommend you watch. You try like push through. It was hard for me at some points. I'm not saying it's the most interesting show. It got dialogue heavy for me in season 4, and season 5 so far has been really, really good. They've got basically the ultimate challenge, the biggest challenge of all challenges, and I'm going to be interested to see how they resolve it. And I was told I needed to finish it watch until the very end, because it's insane. So I'm going to try to do my best to finish it. But my other one is going to be something that actually Hammy, when I said Hammy and I talked about this, what Hammy recommended I check out. He didn't necessarily recommend I read it, and so I haven't read it. So I'm not recommending y'all that y'all read it, but I'm recommending to y'all that y'all research it and see if you want to read this. But it's a book. It's called The 3-Body Problem, and it's a science fiction novel written by a Chinese author called Liu Cixin. And it references the 3-body problem in orbital mechanics And basically, it's a sci-fi series that occurs over the course of a long period of time, and it's basically the concept is humanity discovers aliens, aliens discover humanity, aliens want to kill humanity, humanity has to fight aliens, but aliens are telepathic, and so now, and then there's this other set of aliens, and these two aliens want to kill each other, these two aliens want to kill humans, humans want to kill the two aliens, and it's like how does...
A love triangle.
Yeah. And,
or a hate triangle.
The three-body problem, and it's really kind of...
I don't think I'll read that.
I don't think I'm going to read it either.
I think I'm just going to wait and not watch the movie.
Here's the thing, I don't know how you make a movie out of that. It's one of those books that have been classified as
well,
almost
it's kind of like the
impossible to
Jeff
make into a
Goldblum
movie.
line in Jurassic Park.
It's really cool to think about, but yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes you just shouldn't.
No. God creates dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
No, God destroys dinosaur. Man creates dinosaur. God creates however it is.
Dinosaur destroys man?
Yeah, dinosaur destroys man. Yeah.
Is that where you were?
That's where I was going.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. It's like I was actually talking to Mickey today at lunch about this. It's like, so what's the one thing that advanced humanity past all the other species on Earth? It was our ability to think and problem solve. And what probably will be the thing that ultimately kills us? It'll be our desire to solve problems that we create. Because now we're to the point as a civilization where we don't have any more natural problems to solve in order to survive. So now we want to create problems for ourselves to solve, but at some point we're going to create problems for ourselves that we can't solve that'll ultimately kill us.
Like the
artificial intelligence,
the disease
or COVID,
thing.
or
What do you call that? We had COVID.
Yeah, pandemic.
How did you get COVID? What's that called? What kind of research?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Infectious disease.
Yeah, that's had a special name for
it's
it.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A lot of people think that was. I mean, it was made.
Yeah.
That disease.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I mean, human intervention exacerbated some aspects
Gain
of
of
it.
function.
Yeah. Gain
gain
of
of
function
function.
research. Yeah.
Now, bad words like you talking about Ozark.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put. I mean, I will let an expletive fly every now and then. I'm not putting myself up on a pedestal. I just don't want to listen to it
Is
because
PISS an expletive?
I guess. Well,
You could-
a
you-
minced
if you-
oath. Yeah, a
if you-
minced oath.
If you could clean it up with another word, then it's an expletive.
Well, I mean, you might as well just say the word. I mean, if you're going to put something else in the place of it, fudge, I mean, you're thinking that. You might as well just say the real thing. I mean,
Gus Malzahn would say it.
minced oath. That's the minced oath. I mean, if you're going to say that, you might as well just.
Gus Malzahn would always use. He rarely cussed, and if he did cuss, you knew something was up. But he'd always go, "What the crap are we doing, man? What are we doing?"
No, I'll say that. Now,
Gosh.
I'll say some worse stuff. You walk around in front of a tractor and hit your head on the bucket, you going to let one fly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was always like, "Gosh dang it, guys, what are we doing?" That was a go-to Gus Malzahn.
Coach Sutton was like that. He wouldn't cuss, but he'd say frick all the time. I'm like,
You might as well just.
come on, Coach Sutton. As much as you say it, but he'd let piss go. Like
Yeah.
He'd
say
let
that
it. He'd
all
let
the
it
time.
fly.
Yeah, he'd let it fly.
Yeah, I'll
All
let
the
that
time.
Out in the
fly.
woods or
Well,
like in a toilet.
sometimes right in your face.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'd pee in your face.
No, he'd say it. What are you talking about?
I was making a joke.
Is there a
It,
tape?
it didn't land. What?
What?
Is there a tape of that?
Is there a
Before
tape?
we all become the same person, let's get out of here.
Yeah, guys, don't forget, you can subscribe to Lens Plus if you haven't already on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. If you subscribe on Lens Plus, specifically on Apple Podcasts, you will get episodes 1 week early. You'll also get access to our Triple Threat episodes, which are bonus episodes. Make sure you subscribe as well as rate and review our podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. And text the link to the... That didn't work. Text the link to a friend of yours. Guys, this is Chaos. We're going to get out of here. Don't forget, you can talk or...
Go home. Okay. The Sues.
Suze.
The Sues. All right, so this is about the planets.
Yeah, we're going to talk science on this one.
Neil Tyson deGrasse.
Yeah. Degrassi.
I don't know what his name. DeGrasse?
It's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Whatever. Tyson Chicken Dude. Neil Tyson Chicken.
We're recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I borrow like a drink from your fridge, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I borrow like a drink from your fridge, please? One for me, one for my
This
homies.
is the one that still tastes like Jolly Rancher.
Yeah,
He didn't say you could get one of those.
I didn't.
Yes, you need a water.
You just that. I'm glad we were
That's on
recording.
camera.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm just saying that's a TikTok moment. Well,
Fat bleep. You need a water.
it's a TikTok moment.
Rhythm is a dancer. Na, na, na.
Did you really just struggle to open that?
All right, we're going to do this, man. If we're going to do it, let's go.
I know. We've got 1 minute before we can start.
Why?
It's 2:59.
Oh yeah, that does taste like.
Cause I was on good terms with my wife when I left. It's gonna,
You were on good terms with your life.
You
my
sound just
wife.
like my wife.
but it's gonna be bad.
Oh, he's
when I-
right. You're right. Never mind.
It's gonna be bad when I get home. That's pretty good triple threat right there. I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like how much passion you had.
I spit my
America.
All
All over your glasses?
Yes, I don't know how that happened. He said, I'm pretty.
Oh gosh, I sent that to myself. Darn it.
Welcome
What's
in,
my wife's
ladies.
name?
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk or Go Home. Nick, Clint, David.